Hi, welcome to City Vision University's Introduction to Business course. My name's Andrew Sears, and I'm the president of City Vision University and also the program architect for our School of Management and Ministry, which includes this course. And just to give you an overview of the course, so this course, after completing this course, you should be able to identify the foundational principles for operating a business. So part of what that means, identify, really means that we're trying to get you to understand kind of a survey of the knowledge. You're not going to understand, the goal of this course isn't to have you understand it, super deep. For example, in accounting, you might take an accounting course where you're going to learn a lot more, but you're going to understand the basics of accounting and how all the pieces fit together. And then the second part is to apply these principles into case studies. The third part of this course is to reflect on how Christians approach business as well as Christian business ethics. And then the last one is to apply principles of corporate social responsibility and how to apply business principles in nonprofit and ministry context. So just to give you the course outline, we're going to start off and talk about just what's the general business environment that businesses are operating in, and economics, which is largely the foundation for business. And then we're going to go into global business, ethics, and social responsibility. We're going to talk about business formation and entrepreneurship. Then we're going to go into accounting and finance. Then we're going to go into marketing, and many of these are components of marketing: customers, product promotion and values creation, distribution, pricing, management, and leadership. And then human resources and managing information technology. And then finally, we're going to talk about operations at the end. Now, one of the main things I want to cover in this introduction is to explain how our different introduction courses at City Vision work together. So the first course that we recommend a lot of students take in our management and ministry department is our Introduction to Nonprofit and Ministry Management. And we recommend students take that as early as possible. It doesn't have to be your first course, but it's intended to be the introduction course for nonprofit majors, business majors, and ministry majors. So if you're in one of those majors, this will kind of help give you a framework for the whole, your whole degree. And then part of the goal of that course is it's a survey of nonprofit management. So, that sometimes people call that a mile wide and an inch deep. We want you to understand all the components that make up nonprofit management, but you're not going to become an expert on them. The main assessments, and in part of because our goal is we want you to understand that is, this is just taking in a lot of information and remembering a lot of information. So the assessments are quizzes. And part of the goal of this course is, with its title, Intro to Nonprofit and Ministry Management, and bridging these three majors. That's really what it does, is it helps bridge the business world, the nonprofit world, and the ministry world. It's an interdisciplinary course. Now, Intro to Business, this course can be taken anytime. It could be taken before or after the Intro to Nonprofit and Ministry Management, but it can help build a foundation for the next course, which is our Introduction to Entrepreneurship course. And this is a basic survey of business. So whereas this is covering, all the aspects of nonprofit management, this is covering all the aspects of business. And again, the main assessment is quizzes. So you're going to be taking in a lot of information. You may feel like, man, I'm just remembering a ton of information for this course, but that is part of the purpose. It's kind of like if you play in a sport, one of the first things the coach does is have you run laps and have you do the fundamentals. This is basically the fundamentals, and often this course is called the fundamentals of business. And one of the applications of this is if you work in the nonprofit or in a ministry, because a lot of our students do, this course can help you apply some of those principles into your context. If you work in business, and this course is really written for you. And then the third course that kind of relates in our intro courses is our Introduction to Entrepreneurship. I need to get rid of the S there. An Introduction to Entrepreneurship. And this course, honestly, is better if it's taken after the Intro to Business. It doesn't have to be. It's just that Intro to Business is going to be covering the foundation, whereas this is going to be more applying it. So what it is, it's about applying business principles to starting a business. So it might be a little more work for you if you haven't, learned the basics of accounting or finance if you're going to take that course. But we've had a lot of students do it and they do well. And the goal of that course, instead of taking all these quizzes where you're just learning the foundations, this is where you're building a business plan. So using my sports analogy, if these two courses, a lot of them are going to be spent on running laps and some basic drills. This one's going to be more playing the game. So another way to frame this is often we use Bloom's taxonomy as a tool to explain how our courses work, but I want to connect these courses. So this course is really about remembering and understanding. So, and same thing with our Intro to Business and Introduction to Nonprofit Management. And in this course, there's really, every week is going to have 3 components. You're going to do quizzes. That's so that you have done the reading. And, one of the things I should say, sometimes these fundamentals can be fun and really helpful. I remember in my undergrad, one of my favorite courses I ever took was an Introduction to Psychology course. And I just read the textbook and took quizzes, and it's very similar to this. So, it'll cover the field. Then we're going to have live meetings and forums, and then we're going to have case studies where they're fairly easy applications of applying what you've learned. And again, the goal over here is to have survey knowledge of business and management field. So really what we're trying to do is get you to understand and remember all these things. So whenever you take other courses, you can go deeper. So then Intro to Entrepreneurship really is at the apply level, and there you're going to be doing the business plan. And then the Analyze is often going to be the specific skills courses. So accounting, human resources, the different components of a business or different components of nonprofit management. There you're going to go deeper. And then at the top is strategic management. And strategic management is one of our hardest courses. It's a graduate level course that undergrads can take. But what it's intended to be is after you've learned and you've mastered each of these disciplines, like accounting and human resources and cross-cultural management and all these components, how do you prioritize them? Is your top goal for the year going to be focused on fundraising, or is it going to be focused on building up your accounting system, or is it going to be focused on improving the diversity of your staff, or all those things? So strategic management is largely about synthesis. So this is how these courses build together. So hopefully this is helpful. And just recognize as you're going through this course, just do your best to just read through the material, take good notes, and view the quizzes as some drills to help make sure you have some mastery. So if you have any questions, please let your faculty member know. Thanks a lot.